Hi everybody, hope you're all okay out there in Facebook world. I looked a lot more gorgeous inside. I hate these lives. But I love talking to you. I just don't like looking at myself. So I thought today I would talk a little bit about Aquilegia and seed saving because it came up lately there in one of the tips about saving them. Saving seeds when they were ripe, and I actually came across a stalk that has two examples, one of where the seeds are ripe and one of where the seeds are not ripe. And I thought, look, I'll show it while it happens now, because another week you might be trying to do it and you can't find any example. And the other thing is that I featured Aquilegias earlier on in the week as one of my favourite flowers. So it's a good chance to talk a little bit more about one of my favourite flowers. And I love them because they're just so girly. Like the colours they come in are so girly. The shape of them, they're like kind of, I don't know, they're like something flower fairies would sleep in. I think they're really cute. And they come in, there's lots of really fancy versions of them. I don't have anything fancy. I just have the most basic of the most basics, but even they're beautiful to me. So I think they're lovely. And I'm going to show you now the seed heads of them. The seed pods are actually gorgeous too. I think they look like kind of, I don't know, little cups for fairies or something. Maybe I need to get out a little bit more. But anyway, I think they're lovely and they're really easy to harvest. So if you were looking for a seed to get the kids into seed sowing, this is the one. You kind of can't go wrong with them, I think. So probably famous last words, but I don't think you can. And especially little girls, mine loved this last year. They thought they were so cute. So one sec now, I'm going to turn you around to put you into the bench viewing position in my multimedia studio here now. 1 second. So there you go, guys. I'll just make sure it sort of stays. Why isn't it working now? Okay, bear with me. That's not the way it was earlier on. Ha. Oh yeah, like a pro. So I'm going to show you these seed pods. Okay, I'm going to hold them up first. So you can see them there. They're all on the one stalk. Can you see them now, Sashay? Yeah, I think you can. So this is the one you want. And if I tap this and I'm very quiet, you should be able to hear them rattling. So you can even hear how dry they are. This one is nowhere near ready to come out. So if you went and tried to take out these seeds, it's highly unlikely that they'd work for you. And these ones here are sort of halfway. So what you want is these. So you're looking for trying to harvest them as dry as you can get them. That really means doing it on either a dry or a windy day in the first place. Like there's no point in doing it on a rainy day when they're going to be coming in sort of damp anyway. So this is the one I want. So I'm going to take this. You can't even really dry these out. They need to be dried on the plant themselves. Like really, these are taking it for the team this week. I took these off to show you, but they'll never really ripen properly now. It's like, very hard to get fruit to ripen when you take it off the stalk. So we're really just dealing with this one here. I'm never fully sure if you can see them there. Okay, this one here. So what I do with those, so I get a little bit of kitchen paper. It's no harm to have it kind of folded up into a little shape. I think I'm already starting to lose them. And these will just tip out. Can you see that there? Like they're just popping out. They're ready to rock. So you keep doing it till they're all out. And like it's probably, these are so dry and perfect for harvesting that really, that's all that's in that now. So they're all gone. Like that's perfect for compost heap if you're into composting. And there's my few seeds out of that one pod. Now, each one of them potentially will turn into a plant. So, okay, they're teeny tiny, but they will turn into a full plant. Like the one I showed you the picture of during the week, that's what they'll turn into. So, what I do with those, I have them on my kitchen paper now. To be sure, I let them dry out another bit. So I wouldn't even do that in the greenhouse. I think it's too humid in here. So I probably do it on my kitchen window because that's direct sun and it'll probably dry really quickly. And then even probably tomorrow, because these are so dry and I'm not one bit worried about them, I'll put them into a little envelope. Yeah, so I have these little cute little white gift card envelopes. They say brown is even better, but like, you know, when you have these little envelopes, sure, you'd have to use them. So I label it up, write the envelope before you put the stuff in. I've learned all these things the hard way. Then put my little seeds in there. I would probably get another few seed heads, because okay, they could all turn into a plant, but they could all end up in the bottom of the tin as well. So I'll put them, I'll try and get a good few of them. I pop them in there, and then what I do with them is you have two options. You could try and plant them straight away now, and they will probably work, because if you think about it, in nature at the minute, they would fall down on the ground and some of them would turn into plants beside the mother plant. But I don't do that, and the reason I don't do that, I have enough to be doing at this time of the year in the garden. There's so much kind of weeding and watering, and like if I start minding a whole load of baby seedlings as well as it all now, that could be the finish of it. So what I do is I leave it and I'll sow them in January or February inside on a little seed tray and mind them for the spring. And I'll talk you through that at the time. And it's something to be doing in winter when there isn't much else to be doing, you know, like with the best will in the world, it's rainy and miserable, and I'll probably do it, it's usually February really you'll be doing that in. So in the meantime, they go off into their little envelope and they go into my tin. So this is where I think sometimes people might, it might go astray for people when they think things don't grow from seed. I think you have to have them really dry going into the envelope. You have to put them in an envelope into something, not plastic, not a plastic bag, not a freezer bag, not a wax coated sandwich kind of paper bag. It has to be like nearly like a breathable paper bag. So like wrapping paper wouldn't work, for example. But the likes this is, it's to keep them dry, and that any other moisture that might come out of them you know, is whisked away from the seed and not kept close to it, because if they go moldy, it won't work in February. And then I keep them in my seed tin. So look, I'm a full granny now with my biscuit tin full of seeds, and this is where my seeds live. And when you put them into the seed tin, put a date on the day on your envelope. So I have a mixture of ones I've bought and ones I've saved and ones I've been kindly given, and I put the date on them. And the reason why is some people say that seeds will last 3 years. My jury is out on that. Some do and some don't, and as far as I can see, there's no real telling on which ones are going to work. If you really, really, really want something to work, I wouldn't be relying on seeds that are 2 or 3 years old. They might and they mightn't. It's all right for something like lettuce or something where you might have loads of seeds hanging around and you don't care if they don't all germinate. But the best chance of getting them to germinate first time is last year's seeds. So I'll go through these now, you know, later on in the year, and I'll get rid of anything that's gone too old and not be wasting my time, because like a packet of seeds is €2.50 or €3, or you have loads of ones you've saved yourselves. Like hanging on to them for years is just silly. The reason I keep them in a tin is, again, the tin is way more airtight, and plastic kind of sweats itself. It's not as good as a tin at keeping things dry. So it's not just footy-duddy nanny with her tin for miscellaneous articles. It does actually work better. There is a reason for it, and some of them actually have proper seed tray things for storing them in, but I haven't gone up to that level yet. So that is my fancy way of keeping my seeds, and then I will keep them there for sorry, now I'll come back and look at you. I'll keep them there until February, and I'll plant them, and we'll mind them and turn them into a couple of little plants. And that's it. You will hear other people talking about putting things in freezers and taking them out and soaking them. That's another one. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have time for any of that crack. I just plant them and it works most of the time. And like for the few that don't work, sure, there's loads in an envelope usually, so it doesn't really matter is my take on it. If you want to guarantee it, maybe it works better, but like I just don't get the extra hassle for that. So I hope your week is going okay, and I hope somebody got something out of that. I can see Amy is watching. Hello, Amy. And I'll talk to you again during the week. Take care. Bye, everybody.